Hello everybody, welcome back to Band Trading Cards, and today let's talk about Sorcery Contested Realm Alpha boxes and the price of these ones today, and also the beta set that is coming and which one to buy, Alpha or Beta. I got a lot of message and also some comments in Facebook groups, Discord, that the same old story, guys. Like, this is something like a script already for every new TCG that is skyrocketing in prices, especially on those new or the first ever products. Something like Flesh and Blood, the first Welcome to Wraith, Arcane Rising, Crucible War, and also until Monarch. Made a Zoo, the first edition Kickstarter, and something like that, and One Piece as well. I like this one. So people are, so many. This comment is something like a script already that they just pull it, and then if there's a new TCG, you just paste it on, copy and paste it on their comments, because it's always every time with this kind of skyrocketing prices, they have the same thing. I can't buy Alpha. They should have printed a lot because I don't want to play anymore. The boxes are so high. The singles are so high. I can't buy this, and I can't afford this. Who can afford this? It should be cheap for us, something like that. So, oh man, I can say that it's like a script already. But I want to talk about this kind of thing. It's also the beta version of Sorcery. All right, so first of all, guys, if you're a collector, okay, if this is just my opinion, okay, I'm a collector, and you don't have to be foolish to follow me, So for me is, if I am a collector, I would collect the Alpha. All right, everything there, like the Francetta, they will change the artwork on the next set. So Francetta is like, they have a license on Francetta artworks, so it's just exclusive for Alpha. So the license is there, and when they're going to print it on beta, it will gonna be a different artist. Okay, so I gotta put the comment of one of my viewer here, and it's a really good explanation. So you can just read it, guys, because it's a really good information for you regarding Francetta cards and the beta. Okay, now, so those cards will no longer there, and so that means this Francetta cards are sought after for collectors in 29,000 boxes worldwide. So in 29,000 boxes worldwide, and I'm not sure if they're gonna print it on the third set, fourth set, I don't know, but for this time Alpha, it's just for Alpha, and that is a good way to collect. All right, and of course, to collect it, you can either be getting the singles, you can also get foils also, or maybe the packs, and you can also buy the case. But I don't see any difference between you buy a single box and buying a case, because I haven't seen like something like a chase card for a case, because not like Flesh and Blood that you should buy a case because each case have at least one cold foil. So I'm not seeing this for now. Maybe there will be more information about it, but it's like, for me, is if I can afford one box, yeah, I'll go to one box. If I can afford to buy the case, then I can just go to the case. It's not that special for me for now. So those are because Alpha, guys, I can tell you right now, it's for collectors. Okay, and maybe just a little bit, maybe 10% for players, guys, because these cards are, for me, it's like a special one. That's why Eric decided to create a beta set, which is just similar to a replica of most of the cards there except the Francetta. Okay, so it's just, it's just a copy paste with Autos Francera, and they're gonna put it in a box with 36 only packs. This alpha right here, the one I showed you, is 39 packs, and on the beta is 36 only. So it's a like maybe a smaller box. And the price of this ones, guys, I've seen it 350 on eBay, selling it on eBay 350, around maybe, let's say 250 Canadian dollars, around 200 plus. And I said, oh, that's overpriced, because I can buy it on Hobbiesville. I can buy, there's a link down below, guys. You can actually use my BentTC5 code for a 5% discount. So they're selling it at 159, something like that. It's not that expensive, So people are saying that they won't play the game because of the high price. Well, you can just buy beta, because what I tell them is that alpha is for collectors. And if you are a player, just wanted to play, you can do a print and play, guys, or print to play, something like that. You can print and put it in a, backed with an old Magic the Gathering card, insert there in a sleeve, and then you can play actually the Sorcery, because you can print it. You can go to the sorcerytcg.com, or also curiosa.io, something like that. Yeah, you can print it. But playing with alpha, I'm not sure, guys. For me, it's like I just cringe when playing the alpha. I will wait for the beta, because it's October 6th. The release is October 6th, so I just wait for the beta, and I buy a lot of beta, and then have a complete set of avatars, complete set of cards, ordinary cards, all the ones that you like, unique. It's gonna be lower than the price of that than the alpha. I'm sure. So you just wait for it and have a set, and even you can play on TTS, Tabletop Simulator. You can get all the best cards in there, because it's already set in that Tabletop Simulator, if you are a player. So that is what I'm saying. If you're an investor, like to flip very high valued cards, boxes, cases, you go to this alpha. Then if you are a player, nothing to do with collections, just to play, then you go to this beta that is coming. Okay, so beta will be probably, what I think is, they're gonna print it around 50 to 80, because it's gonna be a suicide, guys, if they're gonna go up to 100 or more. It happened on Made Zoo when they printed on about, I think that was Wilderness. They start printing it on 100,000, and now Wilderness price goes down, because you're putting a lot of food in the mouth of the players, the collectors. They can't chew it, guys. There's so much product, and there's like tops that's done in Made Zoo. I hope Eric will study these kinds of things, and maybe I'm sure they're gonna look at it. And Flesh and Blood, Flesh and Blood, they print 125 Monarch. They're putting Monarch in your mouth, guys. Like, I can't do it anymore. I'm drowned with the product. So Monarch, just boom. And this Tales of Aria, Everfest, they are in the 200,000 boxes. There's so many that the price of it is just like about $60 to $70 a box, which is cheap. That's good for players, but it's too much, guys. This is what I'm telling to just my opinion for this, and I hope to suggest to trading cards creators that if you want to print a lot, that is a playing card game. It's not a trading card game anymore, because trading cards, who can trade from a person to person if there's a lot of products? Would you trade your card to another person which has this card, same card, there's a lot of it printed, they won't trade, guys. So it's like difficult to balance, but the dust system, I think, will help it, because the dust system will find out, the dust system of sorcery, where you scratch at the bottom, it's gonna find out if people are opening the boxes. Okay, but it's difficult to know if they're opening the packs, right? But at least you have the measure on how many people are opening it, and in tournaments, or how many people are playing it, and they're gonna do the math of that. I'm not sure on how to do that, but do a math on that, and just print not so much that everyone has their boxes. Because if everyone has their own set of cards, set of avatar, everything is every player has it, then who will trade? Who's gonna exchange? Nothing, right? So there's some kind of balance there, not so much on printing. So what I see here is about 50 to 80 boxes is a sweet spot for this one, because it's an indie TCG and alpha is 29,000. It doesn't make sense that you're gonna print 30,000 for beta, right? So around 50 to 80 is good for beta. And the game has not proven itself in the market yet, or in the player, or in the arena yet, right? Because there's a little bit of small tournaments going on, but there's like no plan yet on the big game like Flesh and Blood. They have the World Tour, something like that. There's just a lot of tiers on the games itself and rewards, and they haven't done anything yet. And the good thing of Sorcery is that it's 1 year per set, which is really good, guys. What I think is, because there's a lot of avatars, you have to know each avatar, guys. Not like some, maybe I can say Flesh and Blood. There's a lot of heroes that it's difficult to keep up, something like that. If you have this Sorcery with, I'm not sure, I haven't counted the avatar. I think it's 4, 6, something like that. Yeah, then you still have time. Like every month you will master something, like this avatar this month, and this avatar next month, this, and then you can, in a year, you can be able to manipulate your cards and know everything about the cards. It's 400 cards in the set. It's just enough for the year, right? That is good as well. But for the business side, of course, they have to print maybe a small set just to keep up the some of the profits to put back in the game itself, the design, the development of the game. So it's really difficult balance, guys. I don't know anything about TCG creations or doing printing and something like that, but that's what I observe, right? So there you go. Wait for the summary, guys. TCG Sorcery TCG is still on going uphill, and that's the price of alpha. And then if you want to just play, wait for the beta on October 6th, or if you can't wait, go to TTS, go to print your own, go to curiosa.io, print those cards there and put it in a backed with Magic the Gathering or whatever cards that you have. Then you can play with it in a sleeve, something like that. And maybe you can also ask someone who has an alpha to play with those cards, or maybe just buy the pre-con, if you just want to play with it. And don't complain, guys. Just wait for the beta, okay? And I believe that the sweet spot is 50 to 80 boxes of beta should be printed, and not that 100,000 just like other TCGs, because it's just an indie. It's an indie TCG, and not more on the players yet. So that's what I think. All right, so guys, please leave a comment down below if what you think about my comment or opinion about these kinds of things. All right, see you next time. Subscribe, like, comment. This is Ben Trading Cards.